Video is a summary of the last two lessons that you have been studying on aerobic and anaerobic respiration, because it's quite important that you're able to compare these two forms of respiration. Now, importantly, let's just bear in mind that whenever an organism is respiring, it's generating energy, okay? And it's generating energy in the form of chemical molecules called ATP, but that's just additional knowledge. Now, comparing the two forms, the first thing to bear in mind is that aerobic respiration is when oxygen is used to do this, whereas anaerobic respiration doesn't require oxygen. So you might see them written as word equations or chemical equations. So your aerobic respiration equation is oxygen plus glucose produces energy and carbon dioxide and water, whereas your anaerobic respiration equation is without oxygen. Now, this varies dependent on if this respiration is occurring within a plant or an animal. So glucose, an animal, breaks down into lactic acid and energy. Whereas in a plant, glucose can break down into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Obviously, produces energy. So, animals, plants. Now, it's important to bear in mind that compare these two. Anaerobic respiration produces less energy, less molecules of ATP, okay? Whereas aerobic respiration produces more. Simple as. Obviously, you can see the difference in terms of what's produced, but also it's worth bearing in mind what these things are used for or what they cause. Now, in an animal cell, when anaerobic respiration occurs, forms lactic acid. This is what gives the sensation of cramp in muscles, which athletes get. And the only way that this can be broken down and removed from muscles and the cramp dissipates is by taking in more oxygen. We call that oxygen debt, the amount of oxygen that's needed to be taken in to break down lactic acid that's formed up as a result of anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration in plants is very useful because often it can be done by yeast and can produce two major food substances. Ethanol, that's produced as the basis for alcoholic beverages, and carbon dioxide produced as part of anaerobic respiration by yeast is what causes bread to rise. So what we've got there is a nice little summary of the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. If you can remember that table, you are pretty much sorted.